What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I've been doing a little bit of experimenting, and what does super glue, blue tape, paper clips, and staples have to do with? I'm fixing to show you. We're going to make a ladder. We're going to make two ladders, in fact. Why? Because this caboose is not done without its ladders or any extra detailing. I still got this right here to make with all the grab rails to bring it more scale. Now the top of this right here, I'm not going to touch these grab rails because of the fact that they have this molded in little eyelet right up here in the corner. They don't have any eyelets, so I can't do that. I still got to do a lot of sanding on the car, but I'm getting things ready to a point where it's able to start getting worked on. Again, I'll have to do all the grab rails on this thing. So in the other video that, again, my phone went completely retarded on, or I hit the wrong button, one of the two, so I'm going to take partial blame for it. I lost the video of doing the clips. So what I've done is I've laid down some blue tape on some scrap board that I had from the Kinky Shero, and I've put these paper clips in and I've cut them down and brought them together as one and then stacked them and glued them. The paper clips were straight and bent, and these will go in after I lift this off, and these will be put on. Now you will have to do some X-Acto knife trimming and some filing to bring this all nice and clear, okay? But it's an old school trick. Pay attention to your grandpa's O-scale locomotives and O-scale cars, because a lot of times they would buy these wood kits and they would build them, but the parts may not have been in there, they couldn't afford them, so they would use what was around them. And they would do things that would just blow your mind. Like the whole straighten out the paper clip. They would do things like that. Take the staples from work and actually put those into the car. So a lot of the times, that was not actual brass or was in the kit. That's something they added. So just be aware of that, because a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't know that. So we're going to let this all tack up where I can lift it off. No, the grab rails are not on there yet because these parts will be put onto there, glued on here in just a little bit. And it does take 6 of these little staples, which these were actually Bosch staples I found, which was the right 1/4 inch dimension. When you're doing this on this car, you need to cut them down. About each end, I would say, go about dead even, half. And that would be your ladder. So it takes 6 of them, and I got 2 ladders to make. I've already bent these back out, so these will be ready to go. And I can put the curvature back in up here and grip the round lip that goes over. Put that right up there. Also, what was I looking at here? The JB weld, it has tacked up this stuff super, super hard. It is not going anywhere. Let it dry, tack up. They say it tacks up in like 15-20 minutes, which it does, but it's still kind of soft at that point. You can go in and actually let it sit for, say, 3 or 4 hours. In 3 or 4 hours, this thing is rock hard. Okay? You can sand it, drill it, tap it, whatever. I do have one little field mark I got to do right there and right there, which is not going to be much. So, all right. So, oh yes, getting ahead of myself. Do not get a hold of yourself, Captain. You cannot give her this many books. I gotta quit doing that. You keep giving her books, Captain. I'll take the lanes off lane. Don't listen to me. I do like to have fun when I'm doing this. Alright, so what I got right here, make sure I grab the right container, which I think I did. And like I said, always save your old parts. That's why. Here's a ladder that came off of one of the O-scale, I believe it was a Weaver, that was laying in the box, but the car had all of its ladders, so I don't know what that went to, but it is a ladder. How thin I can get that stuff. Okay, I grabbed the wrong container. I need the other container. I do need this. These are my cobalt drill bits, but they're incomplete. And the good thing I like about these cobalt drill bits is you're able to either put them in a drill or use them by hand. So that's what I like about these. I know a lot of people would be like, by hand, your ass. Yeah, well, sometimes you need to do it by hand. Because doing it by hand sometimes is the best way to do it. Make sure you don't go too deep or whatever. So that was the wrong container, which means I need the other one. And I have been looking at some under detailing for it. My youngest son picked this up, and it's just sitting ready in the truck. So I may cut a couple of pieces, glue them, and then make a box to go right up underneath here. Just stack them, glue them, maybe put a little bit of JB Weld on, smooth it, paint it at the bottom. Why can't he ever bring me like some round rod? Alright, let's try this one. I think this is the correct one. You need to hurry up and dry. So I can lift you off. Yes, this is it. Okay. And also got some of these G-scale clevises right here for brake parts. So there's one. Two. We got two, Captain. We got two mains on line. Alright, so what I got right here is these are actually G-scale lamp, true G-scale lamp. These are what we made in the foundry at Shortline Car and Foundry, and we sold a ton of detail parts. Unfortunately, it is sad to say that when the company closed down, that was it, and these parts are no longer available. So I have a surplus of these parts laying around that I got from out of my father's collection after he passed away. And I'm making use of them. I wonder how I could drill and tap one of those. I gotta see if I got some more of those. Because that would work really good on some of the O scales that got the lip. Drill it out, set it down, touch your car down, you got a wider platform. Okay. So here's two that I had already modified once before for another project. As you can tell right here, I cut the top off of it and I smoothed it. In the last video, I said I had a trick to show you on this car how to give it the appearance of being 2.5 inches wide without actually being 2.5 inches wide. Again, here's the other one. Same thing. Cut, smoothed off. I could go possibly a little bit lower with that, but I don't want to take the chance of opening up the hole in the center and then having to try to go ahead and re-glue it. Sorry, not glue it, but JB Welding. I've got some of these in pewter and in brass, and these are pewter. Alright, so let's kind of decide where we want it. We already through it. Didn't take long, just a little bit of hand drill, no big deal. If you wanted to, you could go to the end with it. I'm not going to. I'm going to the side. Why am I going to the side? Because it needs the illusion to be scale width. Without actually doing it, which is amazing considering what I did to the first car I kitbashed. That thing got all cut up. Alright, so I'm not sure I'm taking a long time. Oh. Alright, so there we go. First one's on. All this is doing is giving the appearance that it's wider than what it actually is. It's kind of a illusion trick, if you want to call it that. through it. That will work. And there you go. Now, with the lights on it, or the lanterns, now let's measure it across from lantern to lantern. Outside edge to outside edge gave it 2.5 inches wide. So when from the rear, going down the rails, it's going to have the illusion of being scale width. Would you hurry up and tack up? So this is like, a little trick that you can do if you don't want to go out and have to split the car and add the 1/4 inch, or actually half inch into it. Because it does get very tedious when you do something like that. So there we go. I don't think I have my smaller drill bit with me. No, I sure don't. So, without having my smaller drill bit, I can't put the grab rails in. I love these little containers like this. They work great for holding parts. No, I sure do not have it. But what I do have is some smaller staples. And this can be put onto the cupola right up here. You can put, I don't know, 2 or 3 in there. And that will actually give you your steps from up here on either end. Which means I need 6. And do I have 6? And my old wolf ring. When I was part of the wolf pack. Long story on that. No, I'm not getting into it. All I'm going to say is that when you take advantage of people and do people wrong and mess people over, people have a tendency of walking away. And that's exactly what I did. There's 2. Oh look, I have a little wheel. Never throw away your old parts. So I wonder. I don't know. I may have to put that brake wheel on somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. In case the video is running a little bit long, I'm trying to get this stuff to tack up and dry so that I can remove it and then go to the next step. Give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. I was trying to get something done real quick. So I went ahead and put these pieces on and put a tape down over it. You can tweak these after and be okay with it as long as you don't like over tweak them. Because for some reason the super glue is taking an awful long time to dry. Maybe because of the air conditioning in my truck. Not really too sure on that. AC in my truck would blow ice cold. So I'm not too sure if that's what's causing it. But again, once you lift it off, trim your tape away, and you have to do some filing and trimming, to get the glue, excess glue out of the slider rungs. But that's, kind of normal. I love that. So this, again, it's hard as a rock. You can drill it, tap it, whatever now. And it's not going anywhere. Drill it, tap it, sand it, paint it, do it all. And no, I am not sponsored by JB Weld, Gorilla Glue, Menards, any of that. I am not sponsored at all. So don't ask. I'm not. Not that I wouldn't mind being sponsored, but I'm not. So I guess my next question for you all is, since I'm doing these ladders, should I go ahead and make a, get back up here, like a radio system, radio tower or something like that, to go across here or back here? Kind of really torn about doing that because, again, this car is not prototypical, but at the same time, would be kind of interesting to see how that turns out. I don't know. I got to put some hard thought into that because I do not have the small drill bits here with me on the truck. They're in the other box, though, that are really neat. It's called model railroading on a budget. But it's also called taking it back to the roots of model railroad. Honestly and truly, that's what this is all about. Take it back to where this all started. Your grandpa, your great grandpa, who were train buffs after World War II that came home and they're like, we want to play with our trains. We want to make it more realistic. This is how it started, right here. Lionel was there pre-war. They were making trains. They want to make it more realistic after World War II. So here it is. Doing stuff like this. Of course, this is a plastic model. wood model was more relevant. And then you had things like the Lionel Hudson, Scale Hudson. And I'd love to get a Scale Hudson. But right now, not possible, maybe next year. But I always gotta wait. Because you have kids, that's why. Oh shit, I get kids. Oh my. Hey Jay, is that you? That was almost a skiff from Jeff Dunham. And no, I'm not going to go into the whole skit. Alright, where did I put the, I think I know where I put it. Her. If any of y'all ever get the chance to go to Texas, I don't know how many of y'all are actually in Texas, but if you get the opportunity and you come out I-30 just east of Sulphur Springs, is the J.B. Weld factory and the J.B. Weld ranch. We in Texas are very proud of Mr. Weld and his whole family. I mean, they do stuff that's very nice. They gave a community a job. That's what's important. Alright, so we're going to fix those two little gaps with some more JB Weld. I just had the stupid knife. What the? Oh, there it is. Only downside about model railroading in your truck and not having a table. This truck is a lot different than my old truck, which actually had a work table and a lot more storage space. But once this truck is paid off, you'll probably get a bigger sleeper. In fact, I know it will. Custom sleeper. 84-inch studio sleeper attached to this Aerodyne. I think that'll do it. With a walkthrough. May have to wind up putting oversized tires on it, but or oversized axles, but hey, that's all part of it. Alright. Best way to get to this. Pretty sure what I'm doing, I'm feeling that little bit of a crack. just because when this car is painted, I don't want to see it. Alright, that is filled in. I think that's going to look better. Honestly, I'm dropping a razor blade in your lap. I do not like this brand. Mighty Max. Mighty Max, fix your damn blade design. That little push button don't work with crap. That's twice that thing's almost fell in my lap. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed the content. I'm sorry this video did get a little bit long. Uh, but y'all got the general idea of how to kind of give something the illusion of being wider than what it is. From the front, it's going to look wider. From the rear, it's definitely going to look scaled, which is okay, because you want it to look scaled, right? We're still not done with this car. I've still got to get these ladders glued up, and I will drop a video on that after it dries, and do some detailing. I still got to get paint. I still got to sand. So some of this stuff's going to be done off camera just to kind of speed up the process. I think it's going to turn out very nice. Not perfect, but nice. And be a different model. As always, please hit like and subscribe. Keep the shiny side up, rubber down. I'll see you on the road. See you on the next one. Y'all have a great day.